Hi friends, now we have got the appreciation. Appreciating this poem, what you have to do, this song, what you have to do is, you write 3 or 4 sentences about the author, then give a summary, a brief summary of the poem. In between the summary, you can quote lines. That will be very good. Learn 1 or 2 lines or 3 or 4 lines, important lines you feel important. You learn them by heart and then quote those lines in your answer. And afterwards, you give a brief note on the poetic devices used by the poets. So in this case, first one we have already seen, rhetorical questions. Rhetorical questions means questions asked to the audience without any expectation of an answer from them. These questions are asked to emphasize a particular point, to stress a particular point. We have already seen while we were discussing this point. Then next one is anaphora. Anaphora means repeating the same words at the beginning of sentences, at the beginning of lines, repeating the same words. For example, we have got how many rods, how many seas. It's a good example. Other examples also you can find. Starts with how many. And the next example in the poem is line 4, before she sleeps. Line 6 is before they are. So you begin the lines with the same words and then you call it anaphora. And the next one is metaphor. Metaphor is implied comparison. When I say that, when you say like this, foot of the hill, that means the valley of the hill is like the foot of a person. If you explicitly say like that, then that is simile. The implied comparison is metaphor. For example, foot of the hill. You don't say it is like. When you use like, that means it is similar to, that means it is simile. But in this case it is not like that. Rod, it stands for experiences in life. Sea, that is long distances. And then sky, freedom. See, unlimited freedom. So instead of saying unlimited freedom, or you say unlimited freedom is like sky. Traveling long distances is like crossing the sea. Rod, having many experiences in life is like walking down a road. If you say like, then it is simile. Otherwise, it is. So these are examples for metaphors. Then refrain. Refrain means repeating lines at regular intervals. In this case, each stanza ends with a refrain. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. Second stanza also ends like that. Third stanza also ends like that. Alliteration. Alliteration is repetition of same consonant sound in a line. And nearby words, next word, immediately, next word, or 1 or 2 lines after that, the same sound is repeated. 1 or 2 words after that, the same line is repeated. See example here. First line, many must mend. Repeated. Fourth line is sleep in the sand. Sleep, s, repeated. So that is example for alliteration. Alliteration is the same consonant repetition can be the next word or 1 or 2 words after that. It should be in the same line, that's all, same line. And then you have got the assonance, means repetition of same vowel sounds. For example, you have got it in here, line 21, you have got will it take till. Will, e, it, e, till, e. See, that is repetition. That is assonance, example. Images. Images means there are visual images. When you read pictures like that, comes to your mind here. Walk down, you feel somebody is walking down. Thou sail, thou sailing. Sleep in the sun, somebody sleeping in the sun. See the sky, look at the sky. That is visual images. Then you have got auditory images. For example, cannonball fly. See, the hearing, you hear it now. That is auditory images. People cry, auditory images. So that means you have a feeling, you as if you are hearing or you are seeing. If you are seeing, if you feel like seeing, then that means it is visual. If you feel like hearing sound, then that is auditory. The next one is metonymy. Metonymy means substituting one thing for the other. For cannonball, cannonball is a substitution for weapons. All the weapons used in the war, cannonball. So it is metonymy. Just as we said, no, instead of language we said tongue, mother language. So tongue there is metonymy. You are substituting language by tongue. That means something near to it. Language and tongue they are related. So cannonball flying and using weapons they are related. Understand that? So instead of saying all the weapons, you say cannonball fire. That is metonymy. Then you have got punch. Punch means do two meanings. That is the first line you can see. How many roads must a man walk down? A man means a human being. Before you can call him a man. Second man means a free man. First one is a human being. Second one is a free man. So that is calling him a man. So the same word but different meaning. He said, no, tomorrow I shall be a grave man. Grave. Grave means I will be a dead man. I will be in the grave. Grave man. Another meaning of grave is serious person. From tomorrow onwards I shall be a grave man. Means I will be a serious person. That's called a pun. So these are different devices used by the poets for attracting you, or beautifying, or decorating. So after all, how many lines you have got? 24 lines. You could write a book on this. Then that will be something else. This is so beautifully arranged lines with all poetic devices, with decoration, ornaments. Understand? Poets use ornaments, and these ornaments are called figures of speech. And these figures of speech appear in different ways, as simile, as metaphor, alliteration, and so on and so forth. Understand? So, how will you go ahead with your appreciation of this poem? As I told you, two or three lines where you state the most important aspect of the author. In this case, he is a songwriter, one of the greatest songwriters. Then he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature for creating a new tradition in the great American tradition. So that's why we have already seen. Then give a brief summary of this poem. In between the summary, we can quote one or two lines, 3 or 4 lines. It all depends upon your capacity to memorize. And then at the end, you can give a comment like this. The comment is, in the comments box or that part, you can make use of these poetic devices. These are devices. And if you remember, you can write down 1 or 2 examples or line number like this. First line, 21st line, then 5th line, 6th line, and so on. I hope these things are clear there. Rhetorical questions asked just for emphasizing something. Anaphora means beginning lines with the same words, repeating same words in line after line of a poem. Metaphor is implied comparison, rod, that is experience in life we have seen. Refrain means repeating lines at regular intervals, in this case end of every stanza. Alliteration means repeating consonant sounds nearby words or after 1 or 2 words in the same line. Assonance, repeating same vowels in the nearby words. Images, picture-like, walk down, you see somebody walking down. Cannonball fly, hear cry, auditory. You have got visual and auditory. Metonymy, one instead of substituting substitution, so to say, with something that is closely related to this. For example, weapons, closely related to that is cannonball. So it is metonymy. Puns means having two meanings for the same word. First man is ordinary man, second man is the liberated man or the free man, one who enjoys freedom. Hope that you have followed, and the questions and answers, I think it is very easy for you, nothing to worry about. And so with this we say bye.